Welcome back. News coming in from Gujarat now, where all the accused in the 2002 Naroda Gam massacre case have been acquitted by a special court in Ahmedabad. Remember, this case pertains to the killing of 11 people back in 2002 in Naroda Gam in Gujarat.
अरे નથી વા માઈ તો અહીંયા છે ત્યાંથી જો આ રો આ બાજુ સાઈડ છે અરે ઉભા રહો
Okay.
अरे एक मिनट
We'll try and get you those reactions coming in from outside court, but that's the latest that we can tell you is that all the accused, 69 of them, have now been acquitted. 18 we're given to understand have died in the intervening period of the trial that has gone on since 2002. Ananya, my colleague, joining us live for more details of what exactly transpired in court. Ananya, one of the accused was former minister of the BJP, Maya Kodnani. She, along with 68 others, all have now been acquitted by this special court.
Well, definitely, Poonam, this is a big verdict coming in the Gujarat massacre case. Remember, this was one of those cases that was being investigated by the specially constituted special investigation team that was just investigating cases relating to the Gujarat riots. And now, 21 years after that particular massacre had taken place, there has been an acquittal of all of these accused persons, including Maya Kodani and Bajrangi. So these were the true prominent accused, apart from remember, there were total 86 accused persons in this case, while 16 of them had already died during the trial. And that's the reason why the remaining accused persons were actually being tried in this particular case. And today, the final verdict is here, and clearly all of them have been acquitted. Now, what are the reasons for that particular acquittal? What we're being told is that a lack of evidence is actually there to actually prove the prosecution story in this particular case, and that's the reason why in fact this acquittal has happened. And whenever such a mass acquittal happens, the major reason remains to be the turning of the witness turning hostile, or evidence not being on point in a particular case. But what are the exact reasons that will be reflected in the detailed order copy that would be out in a very short while from now? But at the same point of time, why this case is very important, Poonam, is that remember that in this case, Maya Kodani, to prove her innocence, to prove that she was not there at the point of incidents at the when this massacre had taken place, she had cited somebody very important. That was the current Home Minister and the then Minister in the Gujarat government, Mr. Amit Shah, who had deposed as a defense witness in this case. Remember that almost 168 witnesses were cited by, in fact, the prosecution, while close to 87 witnesses were cited by the defense in order to prove prove their cases and to prove their testimonies. But all of this 21 years later, after the trial being there for almost 10 to 15 years, now acquittal of all of these accused persons have happened.
Right, like you were mentioning, that some of them have died in the period that the trial was going on. Amit Shah was, the then Home Minister, was one of the witnesses in this particular case who confirmed the alibi of where Maya Kodnani was when this particular massacre happened. Remember, it was 11 people that were killed back in 2002 in the Naroda Gam area that was being investigated. There were over 80 accused in this particular case, 69 of whom have now been acquitted. We're still getting more details of what exactly transpired in court. We'll get you reactions of the lawyers of both the petitioners in this case and of the accused as well. We're given to understand, Ananya, that this was a 7-judge bench.
Well, it is somewhere, it is a SIT that had investigated these particular cases, and this was not exactly a 7 judges bench, but since the matter has continued for 21 years, almost 7 judges, some of whom were retired, some of whom who actually got transferred during the trial. So almost 7 judges have actually heard this particular case, but the final verdict.
सभी चार्जेस में थे, सभी एक्यूज को आज कोर्ट ने बरी कर दिया है किसी को भी कोर्ट उठते तक की भी कोई सजा नहीं हुआ है।
फोन करो ना सर की रीते।
Right, so I stand corrected there. It wasn't a 7-judge bench, but it was 7 judges in the course of the last few years that have heard this entire case. That's the clarification that is coming to the fore, as Ananya is pointing out, as to what exactly has transpired in this particular case. Several past orders, there were delays by prosecution. That is also something that has been highlighted in the course of this entire trial, Ananya.
Well, definitely, a lot of documentary evidence, a lot of electronic evidence has been cited. But since those riots happened in the year 2002 and not much of electronic evidence at that point of time were available, there are a lot of documents that have been cited, and in fact, various witnesses have deposed before the court in order to prove the alibi of various people. One of whom being the Home Minister of the country at this point of time, and then Home Minister of Gujarat, Mr. Amit Shah, who deposed from Maya Kudnani, clearing her alibi, saying that she was present in the Gujarat Assembly and not at the point of incidents that was there. But this is somewhere or the other a big order that has come in. But what would be very interesting to see is the observations and the reasoning why, in fact,
it's the fine print that will really perhaps show the way of whether or not this does become political. But for the moment, Ananya, thank you so much.